You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in the San Gabriel Valley. That gentleman out there is
Skip Falconer in Los Angeles, California.
Skip, and I have the dubious distinction of tasting and dissecting Enemigo. This is, you may have seen this on Instagram. It's making a big splash. It's a big lifestyle tequila, and I'm not gonna lie, it's beautiful packaging. Haven't you seen whiskey bottles or cognac bottles look like this?
Yes.
Look at the base on that thing. That'll hurt somebody, and it's got an embossed logo here. I'm not sure what the symbols mean. But it's Tequila Enemigo 00. So the other one we had was 89. This is 00. I'm not sure what that stands for, but we just broke the seal off camera. You can see Skip's just breaking his. I'm going to use my Glencairn to pour it in.
My Glencairn.
As usual, we're going to pour the juice first, then we're going to tell you all the ins and outs. If you haven't watched they only have two expressions currently. One is a Anejo Cristalino, which is that's what's hot on the market, that trendy, the trendy non-expression of tequila. And this is the Anejo, so this must be the root base before they strip the color out. Look at the beautiful color on that thing. That is some gorgeous color, folks. That's I think I discovered that they're having barrels made specifically for them, apparently. So they're not using the used bourbon barrels, as I mistakenly read. I had to read further into the fluff marketing that they're using. I'm sorry, I had to call it as it is. And they are making it. They're using expensive wood to make these añejos, and then they're taking their expensive wood and stripping the color out. Okay, so anyway, this is the root. I love the color. I enjoyed the legs and tears on the Anejo Cristalino. Really pretty to look at.
Yeah, these are pretty also.
Kind of thick. I noticed that in the Cristalino, the more passes we made, the more it coated the palate, which is what it's. These are what añejos are designed to do. I don't even know if you folks can see this on my camera. Trying to put a white background behind it, but beautiful legs and tears, and they're clinging, which is good. I like that. What are you getting on the nose? Shall we nose it? I noticed that in the Anejo Cristalino, there was a lot of more lingering alcohol than what I'm used to. I'm not sure if that was just my bottle or if that was by design. I'm getting very little alcohol. There's a lot of
fruity.
Yeah, like a ripe fruit, not a dried fruit. I'm getting ripe.
Right.
Yeah. Like ripened cherries, not like raisins. You know, that I usually get more. The longer the age, if it's an extra añejo, depending on how it's made, I'll get more like dried fruit. This is more like ripe fruit to me.
Get some spices.
Okay, I'll buy that. It's opening up way better than the Anejo Cristalino did for me. I like that I'm getting more complexity. There's something for me to draw on. There's like a heavy, I want to call it like a heavy orange citrus, like an orange oil.
Yeah. There's some vanilla in there.
There's more mint too, and I think that could be again from the barrel that they're specifically making for the brand.
It's almost like a fig.
Oh, okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that, but like a fresh fig, not like
Yeah,
after it's baked or
yeah,
cooked.
yeah.
Not like a fig Newton.
No, no.
No, like if you have fig trees, we have them out here in Southern
Right up
California.
the street.
Yeah. Oh, there you know. Then you know. See. Yeah. And fresh figs will always smell a little bit different than after they've been cooked and made into a preserve. Again, you're getting it's a single facet though. It's a there's a dominant smell, and then you have to look for what else you're getting. But there's one that's very prominent, very dominant in the aroma. I like that there's hardly any alcohol in it though. I'm not, are you getting any?
No, no. You're
See, that
right.
was nice. That alcohol that I got on my bottle was off-putting.
Yeah.
Not because it was there, but because it lingered. It didn't dissipate. It didn't bring forth any more aromas. There was hardly.
It's in this too.
I got to say, I like the fruitiness on it. It's one-sided. You know what I mean? It's very prominent and dominating. And underneath, there's like Skip said at the beginning, a little vanilla. Well, I think we should dive in because again, it's just one-sided. So let's try this and see what we get. Wow. You know what, folks? I'm sorry that they stripped the character from this one. Um, of the two, this is the star of your show, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it is.
Um, there's a lot of pepper, and then it turns into hot cinnamon spice,
Yes.
like a red hot. You know, the Cristalino kind of blew up at mid palate, and this one kind of blew up at the it went in just a little bit sweet, and then it just exploded in pepper, and then hot cinnamon on the back end.
Yeah.
And right now, with my palate a little bit coated from the Cristalino, I'm getting like I'm getting a little bit of I want to say it's tobacco, a little bit of a bitter tobacco, not chocolate, not a bitter chocolate, but it's more like tobacco, and it's residue. It's just as I smack my lips. If you've watched the Cristalino review, you caught me smacking my lips, which is something I don't do very often. But when there's something that coats my palate and I can't pinpoint it, generally it's because I'm trying to figure out where in my olfactory sense or my olfactory data bank I've tasted this before, and I haven't, at least not like that. And I discerned that it was something artificial.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely getting more wood on this now. Now that I've gone through my first pass.
Yes. There's a lot more wood on this.
I want to say the Anejo Cristalino, I think, is just if you're going to go that route, you should have gone with a reposado instead. My opinion only, okay, folks? Because I like the character that I'm getting from this one. Because the other one didn't give me wood notes, very minor.
Right.
You know, if there were wood notes, it turned into like stale water. There was some, you know, I had to go through 2 pours, which is rare for me. First of all, because there were so many things I couldn't pull out. Secondly, the more I went through that second sample and let it rest and sit and open up, and I was using my Stossel Jarrito that had the wider mouth that I normally use for mezcal. So I had a wider mouth surface, and I couldn't get the character that I'm getting from this.
Right. There's a lot of pepper spices in here.
The orange or the fig has dissipated a little bit. Now it's not so prominent.
For me, it's turning into more caramel.
Okay, I'll buy that too. The alcohol is finally doing its job. It's presenting what the wood notes were designed to be. That's why I can't get behind that Cristalino. I'm just it's not, because all your winner is this one. If you're watching, I don't know if they're watching or not. Who knows? They might. And if you're not, you should be. Or maybe they're listening to us on the podcast.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go through another pass because for some reason I'm having to go through more than 2 passes before I can discern what I'm getting. Okay.
I got some vanilla that time. And
Okay.
I got some caramel.
It's got a little bit of the Scotch notes where you get like fresh hay. And the only reason I know that is because I did a Dewar's Scotch tasting we did last season. I did it with Jim Johnston in Ohio, who's a big Scotch and whiskey guy. I had him walk me through it because it's aged in a mezcal barrel, and I had never dissected a Scotch whiskey the way we do tequila because I'm just not a Scotch drinker. But anyway, so some of the notes that he pulled out were like fresh hay, things like that, and that's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of a Scotch, even though it's not aged in Scotch barrels. Let's go into the notes. Let's just go for straight transparency's sake. Skip, what's the number on that again?
It's a 1489.
Okay, that is Destilería Leiros, known to have a diffuser on site. They don't hide it. We have interviewed the gentleman. Enrique Legorreta is one of the main owners of that distillery. I understand he's a great guy, a good family man. He's got some wonderful brands coming out of there too, with some great brand owners that I know personally, by the way. And it's made with a diffuser. The other thing that, just for transparency's sake, the POS material that they send us, the neck tags and stuff like that on it, they're telling us that these are new American oak barrels, custom made for Enemigo. And they are new American oak barrels, creating a unique flavor profile and position in the market. Enemigo's barrels are crafted by coopers with more than 30 years of experience from selected Quercus, that's Quercus, Alba oak that is air dried and then seasoned in Cuba, Missouri for at least 26 months. I don't know where Cuba, Missouri is. So you're spending a lot of money on the barrels, and then you're stripping the color out of it. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's. I don't know if that's prudent. I mean, I don't know. I would do it. Um, by the way, they're using lowland blue Weber agave, supposedly, allegedly 7 to 12 years, and it filtered with volcanic water that is mineral rich. Didn't get any of that. Um,
No.
it is one-sided. I think oak heads are not going to be disappointed. Um, I think it's very well made. I think this is the star of the show,
Yes,
and
it is.
I would like to taste this juice as a reposado, because that Anejo Cristalino didn't do jack for me. Not a darn thing. What do we know for the price point on this?
There's looking at an average of 139.99 up to 169.99.
Oh, hurt me. Really?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You could hear the record scratch on that. Record scratching. What? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our take on Enemigo. I don't know what else to tell you, but it ain't a friend of mine, so it's not Casamigos, it's Enemigo. Okay, that's your enemy in Spanish. Um, I I don't know what else to say. Beautiful to look at. It's gorgeous. The star, in my opinion, the star of the show is the añejo. I would rather taste it as a reposado and añejo, and don't even bother with the other two.
Mike, this is the extra añejo.
Oh, it's the extra añejo. Well, so does that justify the price? Never mind. I don't want to put you on the spot. I'll take the heat for you. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. All right. I'm just going to go out front and say it. No, it doesn't. Nobody should spend this much money for this. Nobody. All right. Nobody. I'm sorry. Go find him on Instagram. If you like that kind of lifestyle, if you want to be on a boat with gorgeous women and lots of TNA, go right ahead. That's your life. Go ahead and do it. I wouldn't fault you for it at all. If you just want to have it on the bar as a looker, you can do that too. It's gorgeous. In Vegas would fall all over themselves for this bottle. You can get that kind of money in Vegas. Cool. I'm glad for you, man. But you ain't getting my dollar.
I have some friends who would love it.
Yeah, and again, give me an añejo instead. Give me a reposado. Stay away from this other one because it didn't do this justice. See, and that's where the fig came in. What was interesting is that I didn't get dried fruit. I got fresh fruit. I got ripe fruit on the nose. Because the extra añejos that I've had, and we mentioned the brand off camera. I'm not going to mention it here. Where I had their extra añejo. I'm sure you did too.
Right.
And you get the dried fruit, dried cherries, dried plums, dried raisins. You're supposed to get that in a tequila. You're not supposed to get them fresh in an aged version. Because the wood should play a major part. And it did. It gave it that hot cinnamon spice on the flavor profile, on the palate, on the tongue.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to see this as an añejo and a reposado. I bet the reposado would be stellar. Just saying. But nah. No. They're not gonna get my money. They're just not. I can. We already talked off camera what other brands you and I could obtain for a little over $100, and it would be worth every penny. No, not really. In fact, there's a brand that I could recommend from the same distillery that if you like this kind of flavor profile, I'd recommend them instead because they're more price friendly. Coming out of the same distillery, folks. So anyway, we try to educate you folks. You tell us if you're listening to us on the podcast, whether it's Spotify, iTunes, anywhere else where you download your podcast. Thanks for listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and please give us a comment. Let us know if you've had this. Let us know where you've had it and what you thought of it. Could you make a cocktail with this? Absolutely. I think this would be a great old-fashioned. I think that you could do wonders with the Cristalino in a cocktail. I think that's what these were designed to do. But if you're aging these in expensive barrels, let the age come through, in my opinion, because this would make an excellent cocktail. It really would. I've had my first old-fashioned not too long ago over Memorial Day weekend, and I was impressed. It's like, wow. But that's what a great tequila will do for a great cocktail. So anyway, but at that price, would you mix it in a cocktail? Probably not. I mean, that's just it, right? I mean, if it was a few bucks cheaper, maybe, but no. So anyway, again, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like. But whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.